Manchester United is taking on Sunderland tomorrow at Old Trafford. When you look at the Premier League table, it speaks volumes on as who is obviously doing better this Premier League season. Sunderland has gone ahead to play 6 games. They've won 3, they've drawn 2, they've lost 1, they've gone ahead to score 7 goals, they've conceded 3, they've conceded 4. They're having a goal difference of 3, and they're having 11 points, meaning that they average at least 2 points per game in there. We go to Manchester United. Man United is 14th, meaning that United is 9 points below Sunderland. And United has still gone ahead to play 6 games. They do have 2 wins. They have 1 draw. They have 3 losses. They've scored 7 goals. They've gone ahead to concede 11. And they have a goal difference of -4. And they're having 7 points. Meaning that a team that is really better placed in everything this season, that has just gone ahead to be promoted from the Premier League, is going to be taking on a Ruben Amorim struggling side at Old Trafford. Now, what do you need to know about this beautiful game of football? First and foremost, Manchester United is having Lisandro Martinez out. They do have Mazarawi out. I think those are the 2 injuries that Man United is really having. The rest of the players are readily available. Casemiro returns from suspension that he got when they're playing against Chelsea. Red card towards the end of the first half. And then Amadi Diallo, who went ahead to obviously see his family member obviously die and went for burial in Ivory Coast, also returned and trained with the team of Manchester United. Terrell Malacia is part of the team of Manchester United, and he's doing all the due diligence to obviously make it to the squad of Manchester United. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. When we go to Sunderland, they do have Habib Diarra is having a groin injury. Ramin Mundal is having a hamstring injury. Dennis Sikin is having a wrist injury. Aji Alessa is having a shoulder injury. Leo Jelde is having an Achilles injury. And all those are really out. But Mandava will have the second of a 3-game suspension, meaning that all those players are really out. Clemens Brice has confirmed that Nodi Mikiele is fit and available for selection despite social media rumors. And if you've been following Man United on this channel for some time, Mikiele is one of those that has been linked to a club of Manchester United, and he was really suggested to be signed at Manchester United by none other than Rangnick. You know, Rangnick was one of those that was really telling United to obviously sign Mikiele. Went to PSG. Things never went on as planned, and obviously a lot really went ahead to happen in there for you. So Manchester United comes into this game of football when they know that if they lose, the pressure is obviously gonna increase. That is it. If they lose, you know, the pressure is gonna increase on the manager. And the best thing or the best gift that these players should give to their manager is simple. Go all out and put in a very huge performance, a performance that will see everyone really get into the international break, at least with optimism that the manager can obviously turn this around. But with what is happening right now, everyone doesn't believe in the manager that he can obviously come up and obviously turn this around. So that's what you're really having in here at the club, at the channel of United Matters channel. And we're obviously going to be jetting deep into what we call the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United as we jet into this. Now, the system 3-4-2-1, and we're here to confirm whether the manager was told to change the system, as stories have gone ahead obviously make rounds in the due course of this week that the board of Man United called up for an urgent meeting and ordered the manager of Manchester United to change the system. That's what we went ahead obviously here from the responsible people in there, that United was told that Amorim was told to obviously change the system. And I still believe he's a big-headed man and he won't change the system, and he'll stick to a 3-4-2-1 system as he has always gone ahead to do in there. So let's go into the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. In goal, this time around, I believe Sen Lamens, this is the right game to throw him in. You understand? Because it's long overdue when the player is not starting. Remember, they brought him on the 1st of September. Since then, they haven't gone ahead to obviously see him really do the needful into this particular fixture. And all we want to see is him in between the stitches for the club of Manchester United. I tell Bayenda, let's wait and see what will happen and see how things will obviously come to pass. But Senny Lamens is one of those that deserves to come into this game of football and show us exactly what he's all about. Because after the international break, we are going to be playing against Liverpool. And I don't think that if the manager was afraid to throw him in when Man United was playing against... when Manchester United was playing against... When Manchester United was playing against Man City, then we played Chelsea, then we played Brentford. I don't think that the manager will have the balls to throw him in, into a game of Liverpool if he doesn't throw him into this game of football. And moreover, it's going to be played at Old Trafford. Then the right side, I think Lenny Yoro comes in through to play on the right side of the three-man central defense. Then on the left side, it's going to be Luke Shaw, no doubts about it. At the center, I don't want to see Harry Maguire again. I want to see a player known as Matthias De Ligt into that. And I want that back three to be constant, not until Lisandro Martinez comes in through, to see to it that they obviously form a very huge bond amongst themselves, to see to it that they obviously don't see themselves into a very bad position altogether. But all in all, we call in for that back three. In the midfield, Casemiro returns, all right, but let's obviously say right wing back, I play Diego Dallo. That is it. I think really had a very beautiful game when you're playing against a team known as Brentford. I see some people blaming him for the goals, and I never saw any of the 3 goals that we considered Diego Dallo being the cause of that. I never saw that, and that shows you that it was really a total lie. Then left wing back, I think it's going to be Patrick Dogu coming in through and obviously putting in a cross for that only goal that Benjamin Sesko went ahead obviously score. I think the manager will have to reward him with more playing time in there. That is what you're really having in here onto the United Matters channel. I think that's really great. In the midfield, I think it's going to be Casemiro again in there. And the question is, who is Casemiro going to be playing alongside? Obviously, we know that this manager loves a player as Bruno Fernandes, and I don't think that this is the right game. He's obviously going to be really trying him out in his best position. Yet, Mason Mount is back, Matthias Cunha is back. If the manager never played Bruno Fernandes as a number 10 when Cunha was away and Mason Mount was away, do you expect him to play him as a 10 when these players are really available? You don't expect that. Then we go to the 2 number 10s. The left number 10, I think it's going to be Matthias Cunha, obviously. And ever since he returned from injury, he's known as sharp as he was when he went, into injury. He was really good. You can go ahead and really ask those Arsenal fans. They will obviously let you know how this lad came up and obviously went ahead to do the needful against them. Then the right number 10, obviously Bran Mbeumo will obviously be played as a right number 10 into that particular formation. Leading the line, scoring his first goal for Manchester United away at the GTEC Community Stadium, Benjamin Sesko maintains his position because all you need in a striker is goals. And I think this fixture comes in through at a very huge time where you'll see these ones coming in through and obviously create chances for this guy. You never know. He might have gone ahead to start what we call his goal scoring stretch in there. Sunderland. We expect Raffles in goal, Humes, Michele, Adarete, and Masako. Back four. Then Rig, Xhaka, and Sadiq. That is the midfield three. Albi, Isido, and Lithi will obviously be played into what we call the front three, and they'll come up and obviously try to shock us. Grant Xhaka doing a great leadership job in there, and he's really doing great. That is what the team is expected to be looking like in there. Let's go to the head-to-head stats and see who is obviously going to be doing what according to the history of this particular fixture between Manchester United and Sunderland. Now, Manchester United have lost just 2 of their last 30 league games against Sunderland, 22 wins and 6 draws. With this, their first since a 3-0 win in April 2017. Secondly, across all competitions, Sunderland have managed to win just 1 of their last 31 away games against Manchester United. 9 draws, 21 losses, winning 1-0 in May 2014 thanks to Sebastian Larsson's winner. Thirdly, Manchester United have won their last 2 Premier League home games, as many as in their previous 9 combined at Old Trafford. 2 draws and 5 losses. The Red Devils are looking for 3 consecutive home wins for the very first time since 8 in a row between April and August 2023 under Erik ten Hag. So, a win tomorrow will obviously mean a lot to the club of Manchester United. That maybe the winning stretch will obviously come to a continuation. Fourthly, Sunderland have won just 1 of 29 away Premier League matches against the Manchester clubs, 4 draws, 24 losses, a points per game of just 0.24, which is the worst of any side to play more than 15 games against City and Man United. So, City is into the equation again. And I don't know why. But obviously, Sunderland has gone ahead to lose 24 games against Manchester United and Man City. Lastly, Man United are unbeaten in their last 24 Premier League games against newly promoted sides. 21 wins, 3 draws since losing 4-1 to Watford in November 2021. You know, that game, David De Gea really went ahead to do howlers that really costed us. The Hornets were also the last promoted side to stop United scoring in a 0-0 draw in 2022. Meaning that United doesn't struggle to score against newly promoted teams, but Sunderland is a different kind of team altogether. If you've been following up on their performances ever since they came in through from the championship. So guys, we call upon for your reactions into the comment section below, as I've gone ahead to let you know what my thoughts are about it, but I call in for a United win and 2-1 win for the club of Manchester United. I want this win to come in through because I know that things will obviously step up a little bit. Don't want us to go into the international break when we are not sure of who the manager of Man United will be. You know, I told you when we lost to Brentford that it's now that the manager or the team of Manchester United makes a decision on whether they sack the manager or they leave or they let him stay. And if the manager stays for the game of Sunderland, then they should keep him forever. You understand? And good news coming in from Manchester United is that they've gone ahead to say they'll give him the entirety of the season, and the demand is to get back to Europe. I'm out.